to balance, which states, how do I stay balanced? If I work on my jewelry shows, then my sponsoring suffers. Or if I work on sponsoring, then my jewelry show suffers. Or if I work on my business, then my family suffers. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend the next few minutes talking about balance and how to work balance in your business. If you are nodding in agreement with any of these statements I just said, trail with me for the next little bit, and we're going to explore the two areas where you can stay balanced in your business. Sound good? Awesome. To begin, I want to share with you a story. I have the privilege of having lots of titles. Sister, jewelry lady, homeowner, all sorts of crazy titles. But the one I love the most is Aunt Becca. My favorite title. No one can take it from me, and I have the awesome privilege of being aunt to 4 of the cutest kids you'll ever see. My sister and her husband made me Aunt Becca 4 times, and I love it. Well, let me introduce to you the cutest 4-year-old you'll ever see. This is Olivia. She's 4, and as you can see, she has glasses, and she is very, very severe of sight. She has a hard time seeing, and so these glasses also contain bifocals, and that's important for this area of the story. A couple of weeks back, we were at a local campground, and it was cold, so the kids were not swimming. We were playing at the playground. And Eli, who's Olivia's older brother of only 13 and a half months, was zipping across the balance beam without any trouble. Libby wanted to give it a try. And so she said, Aunt Beth, will you help me with the balance beam? So together, with both hands, she navigated her way, teetering along that balance beam, and she was stressed. She could not get her feet one in front of the other. No, thankfully I don't have bifocals yet, but I hear it's difficult to get to make sure that your bifocals and your steps are all in the right place. So she struggled. We probably worked on that balance beam together for an hour.
Good.
First it was 2 hands, 1, 2. Then it was 1 hand. Then it was just my arm. And before you knew it, that little 4-year-old, this little girl, was zipping across the balance beam with so much pride. She was doing an exceptional job making sure that her one foot was right in front of the other. Girls, that is just like our premier business. Sometimes we need our premier mom or our spouse or a very best friend to give us both hands when we first get started. We have no balance, we don't know where to get started, and we're stressed and we're absolutely nervous, right? Well, picture me, your new best friend, because I'm going to give you 2 hands and 2 great tips to staying balanced in your premier business. Just like I did for Libby when she was learning to do the balance beam. Sound good? All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start by defining what balance is, and then we're going to explore the 2 areas in our business where we can maintain great balance and helping us to have great success as we walk into this next year. Balance is defined as this. Balance is the condition in which 2 elements are equal or in correct proportion. The good news means you don't have to have it all together to be balanced. They just have to be in correct proportion. That's how we're going to look at our jewelry show business and our sponsoring area of our business, right? In correct proportion. That's your business and your family in correct proportion. Finding yourself out of balance in life and in business can be difficult. But once you're working in balance, you will see lots of success and you will feel so comfortable as you move ahead, right? In your premier business. I have a number for you. Write it down. 168. This is the number of hours that God entrusts you and me with each week. Not 1 hour more, not 1 hour less. So no matter how balanced you might feel or out of balance you feel, we all maintain the same amount of hours. And God is asking us to use our tool to be balanced within that time frame. How are you doing on your 168? Are you staying balanced? So let's talk about these 2 areas. First, the first area of business is going to be balance at home and in your home office, okay? So balance area number 1. This means you're balanced in your time. Be intentional about the time you spend in your office. Be smart as you work and as you plan your work. My encouragement to you is to be office ready. Have your premier area completely set up. so you're not using very, very special and precious time to get set up at the dining room table and then to tear down. If you can have a specific area in your home where you can be balanced and have an organized space, you will feel confident when you walk into there knowing that that is your premier place. Be office ready. Have all the supplies you need for the next 3 months of business. This will give you so much confidence. You're not calling your premier mom looking for invitations or order forms. You are working consistently and concisely for 3 scheduled months. Set office hours. 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there is great for responding to a phone call or answering a couple of quick emails, but this is your job and you're going to business. Please treat it like a job and spend a lot of time in your office. Remember that hobbies cost you money and businesses will make you money. So when you treat your business like a business, you will produce intentional results. Work ahead so you don't get caught off guard. Have hostess packets, invitations, OP brochures, packets, new jeweler binders, and all the copies you need ready to rock and roll for that 3-month window. Make your copies before so you're not running around like a chicken with your head cut off, getting dinner and kids and all sorts of things as you're headed out for your jewelry show. Melissa and I, my premier mom and best friend and sister, we work in 3-block months. So we spend one day at the beginning of that 3-month block, and we have a huge premier work day at my mom's house. We make all of our copies, we put our kids to work and make all these packets. It is great. It is an awesome way to make sure that when you're running out the door, you're just grabbing the things you need. Another way to be balanced at home is to communicate well with your family and your spouse. You see, if you set goals together, you can achieve and work on these goals together. This will help you to not compromise the schedule that you have and the goals that you have set before in your family. My sister Melissa is a perfect example. Most of you know I'm not married and don't have children, and so I can work my schedule in a different way than most gals. However, if you are and you have some restrictions on the time you're allowed or able to be away from your family, be faithful to that commitment, okay? Be faithful to that cause. My sister is busy. She's a 2-diamond designer, mama of 4, wife to Dave, middle school youth leader, hairstylist, sister to me, all sorts of craziness in her schedule. She and her husband have communicated what is best for their family for this season, and she honors that commitment. I'm sure there are times she'd rather pick up her jewelry lady bag and head out to a jewelry show than make shepherd's pie and have dinner with her crazy family. But she is faithful to the times that she needs to be home and be with Premier. Be a woman of your word, not only to your family, but also to your business. Enlist the help of those in your home to help you, or maybe even another jeweler. Girls, your kids can help you around the house, and they can help you with your Premier business. I grew up in a family where we worked thousands of hours alongside of my parents without $1 of payment. We worked hard, and they established good principles in our lives, teaching us how to work and work effectively. I heard Elizabeth Draper say once, there's certain things you can do, and there's certain things you can pay and recruit others to do. Figure out the things that only you can do for yourself and for your business, and then find help to fill in those other areas. You can maybe even kid swap with another mom so that she is working on one day intentionally in her office, and then you have a completely separate day to work in your office. There are lots of ways that you can be intentional about your time at home and about the time in your office. As we wrap up this first area of business, my encouragement to you is don't be discouraged. Making a plan, setting goals, and communicating with your family so you can accomplish so much over these next 12 months, I promise you will come back to Rally next year feeling so much more balanced if things at home and in your office are scheduled. Let's talk about area number 2. How do we balance at your jewelry show and with bookings and sponsoring? Let's talk about my favorite thing, jewelry shows. I love jewelry shows. So, do you know that your jewelry show is not actually your practice field? That means if you're planning to make a change in your business from all of the fabulous things you've heard at Rally this last week, you need many practice runs. Hear my voice. Many practice runs. What swirls around in our head is never the words that come right out of our mouth, right? So, talk to your mirror, your children, in your car, whatever you need to do so that you are the star the night you walk into your show. Your hostess coaching and your office prep work will be just the tools you need at your jewelry show to make sure you're feeling prepared and ready to go. Balance in this business means you're doing both jewelry shows and sponsoring and sharing with new jewelers. We're going to spend the remaining time talking about this area of our business. First of all, let's talk about the show. Please be fully present at your jewelry show. Leave your cell phone, your family, your speeding ticket you got on the way to your show, all in the car, and go in and be a blessing to these ladies, right? Pray on the way to your show that God will allow you to be fully present while you're there, so you can be an ambassador for Him, so you can share the hope and joy that Premier has to offer. While you're there, be diligent about replacing every show you do with another jewelry show. I hate homework, always have, and so you want to schedule jewelry shows and OPs at your show. Please do not play the follow-up game. You have your schedule mapped out for 12 months. Know your schedule going forward on when you can have shows and when you can share the gift of Premier. This will help you appear to be professional, and no one wants to follow someone who doesn't know where she's going. Trying to connect via the telephone can be frustrating. It also means someone will drop the ball, and unfortunately, we don't want that person to be us, right? When you schedule shows at shows, it will alleviate a lot of pressure in your business. Our goal is to work both sides of this business, so I want to give you a good visual. We have 2 tracks that we run on in our Premier business. 1, bookings and retail. 2nd, sponsoring. You can only go as far as your shortest track. So if you're doing tons of shows and not sharing Premier at all, you're stopping here. If you're doing no shows but sponsoring like crazy, you're stopping here. You need both of your tracks to run simultaneously so you can have consistent and balanced success in your business. You need both tracks to move forward. Please ask yourself the question, what track is my shortest? What track am I running on? When is the last time I asked my hostess to learn a little bit more about Premier? And when is the last time I went into every show, replacing it with another jewelry show? So, at your shows, we want to work both sides of this track, right? We want to make sure that our jewelry show is fun and informative. We've all learned that if ladies learn and laugh, they'll book and buy. So keep your show lighthearted and learn to ask really good questions and give good compliments. And say that again. Learn to ask really good questions and give good compliments. Be a woman that listens. Listen to what the girls need and serve them well. It will do you and serve you greatly in your Premier Designs business. This skill alone will establish relationships with your customers, hostesses, and prospects. You will know more about your girls, and it will be so much easier for you to share with them. Keep it personal. Joan asked us to. When we don't focus or talk on ourselves, and we're really intentional about learning about other people, God will bless that in our Premier business, I can guarantee it. You see, your booking activity creates a need and a desire for girls to want to have a show, and your sponsoring activity creates curiosity for them to learn more about Premier. I promise that if you have too many shows, you'll feel out of balance. I can tell you that from honest truth. Or if you haven't shared Premier recently, you will feel out of balance and out of practice. If you are not consistently holding shows and you're not consistently sharing Premier, when it comes time for you to do it, you will feel nervous and completely unprepared. You will worry that you may stumble over your words, forget your guest surveys, order ferns, or for heaven's sakes, your jewelry when you're walking out to your show. Consistency is the key to your business, and your commitment will reap a great harvest, I promise. Your goal for your jewelry show is twofold. Number 1, replace every show you do with another show. And number 2, find at least one person to share the awesome hope of Premier with. Can I let you in on a little secret? It can be the same person, right? That girl can be the same person. Every time you walk into your jewelry show, think of it as an opportunity for you to make someone's day, right? You're gonna make her day by giving her free jewelry, sharing her the hope of Premier. It is incredible. Please, please, do this consistently, and do not bank on your next show to find you 2 hostesses and 2 jewelry prospects, right? If you have a show on Tuesday and you don't get a booking, don't wait till that show on Friday to replace that show. You've got a homework window where you need to make sure that you're replacing those jewelry shows. We all want 100% effectiveness in our business. We must leave this rally with so much confidence in ourselves, in our product, in our philosophy, in our plan, in our purpose for Premier. If we choose our time wisely, God will be faithful to that. Be faithful in the areas of your business that you need to grow, and be faithful to the areas where you need to restructure. This, in fact, can be your best year yet. Achieving both consistency in your shows and in your sharing will build confidence and eliminate fear. Lisa Turkhurst, in her book, the best yes, says this: if I want to change something in my life, or if I want to change the way I use the two most powerful words, the word yes and the word no, it can't just happen by trying harder or dreaming more or even working myself to death. I have to change my approach on how I make decisions. The same patterns will produce the same habits, and the same habits will lead to the same decisions, and the same decisions will keep me stuck. If you don't want to be in the same exact seat that you're sitting in at Rally next year, we have to make a decision to stay balanced in both sponsoring and in sharing. What are you willing to say yes to, and what are you willing to say no to in this next year to achieve your dreams, your needs, and your goals for your business? Do not let fear stop you. You see, people often fear what they don't understand. The Bible says, fearing the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and all who follow his precepts have a good understanding. You see, a person who fears God is one who sees his hand in everything. Whether it's an everyday opportunity or an epic obstacle, look for God in all that you do. Apply wisdom, knowledge, insight, and discernment in all areas of your business. Make a decision to yourself and to Premier to make this your best year yet. Thank you.